I am feeling excited because today I'm going to be talking about how I manifested a trip worth thousands of dollars for $400. And spring is here, so I'm sure we want to manifest some travel. I know that's my word for the year, so I'm looking forward to getting into some travel today. I have my vision board and I'm about to create a new one, so I'm excited for that. And also, I haven't been on here live, I think, since last year. So I'm excited to be here with you. I'm excited to connect with you and share. So make sure you stay all the way to the end. I'm going to guide you through a breathwork practice. I'm going to share a fun manifestation story from when I was there. And you don't want to miss this. It's going to be filled with good content. So tag a friend you feel like should hear this. Not should, but would love to hear this, or this would open something up for them and would love to experience this as well. And if you're catching the replay, let me know. Replay on the comments. Let me know what you took away from this. I always love hearing from you. Send me a DM. Let me know how this live was for you, how the breathwork practice went for you. I love to hear your shares. It always helps me feel so happy, and it helps me show up to continue putting out this content. I've tagged, not tagged, I pinned my links for my offerings, and you can also find them in the link in my bio. So definitely check that out if you want to go deeper into this with me. I have spots open right now for starting in April for one-on-one coaching. And my next full moon manifestation breathwork circle will be next week. So definitely get in there and let's get into this live. Okay, so there's this resort called Miraval Resorts in Arizona, and actually I don't know if they had more locations when I went. I think they're more recent, but they have a few other locations now. And I went to the one in Arizona. So I found out about this place because my friend used to go to the Ellen show, and she would win tickets. She went for 12 Days of Christmas, and she won tickets, I think like twice, 2 or 3 times. And she told me about it, and one day we decided we wanted to go together. And we didn't know how it was going to happen, but we were clear, right? Number one thing is becoming clear around your manifestation, becoming clear around your desire. If you don't know what you're manifesting, or you're all over the place with it, or you don't believe it, things like that, it can keep it at a distance. So becoming clear, and this is something I guide you through when we work together, I guide you to really become clear and shift your wording around your manifestation so you can call it in and bring it into your life. Because the words we speak cast spells, and if we're speaking negatively about something, or we have these disempowering beliefs around it, it does keep it at a distance. So this is something we want to shift. But we became clear. We wanted to go on this trip together, and we didn't know how it was going to happen. But I've created vision boards for many years now, and I started this a few years ago when I first got into manifestation, and I manifested pretty much 99% of my manifestation vision boards, and the other percent I know that I'm manifesting right now, it's going to come into fruition. There's certain things that came quicker, and then other things I had a lot of energetic clearing and beliefs around that has taken some work to move through, right? It just depends on what it is and how quickly you can get your mind and body on board with it. So we became clear, number one, that we wanted to go on this trip. I added it to my vision board, and we didn't know how it was going to happen, right? So one day she found out that one of her friends ended up going to the Ellen show and winning tickets to go to this resort. And she asked her friend to see if she wanted to sell the tickets to us, because I believe her friend was pregnant at the time and was planning on not going or something like that. But she wasn't sure she wanted to give it up. So this took a few months, but we were just so certain of the outcome, and we knew that we were going to be there. We weren't obsessing over it, and we want to detach, right? You want to get clear what you desire, get your mind and body on board with it, and detach from the result. Because if you're attached to it so much and you're clinging and there's this needy energy, that could also keep it at a distance. And when we're embodied and we are clear and certain about our manifestation, we are detached because naturally we're living in a state of already having it, which is what brings it to us. If you're living in a fearful state, you're needy, you're like clinging and all these things, that can also keep it at a distance. So there's a lot of energetic work that goes into clearing up space to allow your manifestation to come through. And again, this is stuff I guide you through when we work together. We want to look at the energetics. So number 1 is really becoming clear. Number 2 is releasing the beliefs that aren't serving you, that are keeping your things at a distance, clearing up energetic space. And then number 3 is embodying and taking action around it. Number 4, taking action. But this could look different. It doesn't necessarily always have to go in that order, depending on what you're manifesting, depending on how quickly you can get on board with it, right? So we decided we were going to go on this trip, number 1. Number 2, I didn't really have a lot of disempowering beliefs, I believe, around this certain trip. I was clear what's going to happen, and it was something I desired. I didn't know how, right? Because the how is not our job. The universe takes care of that. We want to get clear on why we decided something and what it is. And then the universe will take care of all the other things. And then sometimes we're taking steps and getting clear and moving things around to allow that thing to come into our life. So it can look different, honestly, on what manifestation it is, what you're calling in. So it's always a different process for me. And I do a lot of similar things, but I also shift up because the main thing is energy, embodiment, and allowing this desire to come into your life. And of course, sometimes I take steps in order to call it in. I would say one of the main things is clearing up the energetics, because you can take many different steps, and it's really the energy around what you're doing that calls it in. So, one day she found out that her friend had gone to the trip and she was gonna maybe not go. And she asked her if she wanted to sell it to us, and she asked her if she would sell it to us for $300 at the time. And at the time that felt like a lot, but we wanted to go. And I believe this trip, I think, is currently either over $1,000 to stay a night, or $2,000, something like that, to stay the night. And when we got the ticket, we got food included. We bought the plane ticket for, I believe it was $100. It was total $400 for everything. We even had a spa day in there where I remember. It was the first time I ever did Reiki. I did Reiki at the spa over there. Oh my God. Back then, my energy was a lot different. I hadn't done as much energy work. And she cleared out so much from my body. And I felt so calm and light afterwards. And I actually want to go back and do Reiki if you haven't done it. But it helps move the energy around in your body. And yeah, that's what I chose to do at the spa. But we got food, we got spa, we got the trip, plane ticket. Everything was $400. And again, it didn't happen immediately. My friend offered to get the tickets, and her friend wasn't sure. But we weren't clingy. We were just certain we were going to go. It was going to happen one way or another. And over time, eventually, she decided to sell us the tickets. We got the tickets. I was out somewhere. I was a part of this women's group. I was growing another little business back then. And I was a part of the group. And while I was there, she texted me. She's like, we got the tickets. And I was so freaking excited, right? So we decide what we want. We get clear. We clear up things that might be standing in the way, and then we allow it to come to us, and we don't attach ourselves, right? Don't attach yourself to a timing. Just focus on getting yourself on board with the desire, and living your best freaking life, okay? So that's that. That's how we got the tickets. And I'm sharing this because a lot of times, and this is what I've noticed, and this is something I used to do, is we're so closed off. And this is one thing I guide you to do, is open up, because there's so much possibilities, so much magic, miracles, all the things around us at all times. And if we're closed off, we're not allowing it to come in, right? Even if someone wants to come in, they're reading your energy. It might not be conscious, subconscious. We're closed off, we're not allowing it in, right? So we want to open up our bodies and allow ourselves to receive. That's where the clearing comes in, right? So if you're closed off from the possibility, that desire that you have can even be staring at you right in front of your face, and you're not going to see it because you're closed off. You're in a rush, whatever it might be, you're in a negative thought pattern, all the things that happen internally. We got to shift those things and open up that space for our desire to flow in. So there's a million different ways something we desire can show up. That just happened to be one of the ways that showed up for me at that time. There have been a million different miracles for me, things showing up in crazy, wild ways that I'm not going to get into right now since that's not the live, but I'm thinking about doing more of these lives, sharing more of these stories, maybe once a month. I'm not sure yet. I will see. I really work in flow. And if I feel called to do something, I do it. If I feel like my energy isn't there in that moment, I don't do it. I don't force myself to do it because that's just not how I work. I'm a projector in human design. And when I force myself to do things and I'm not listening to my flow, to my energy, it doesn't necessarily work out the way I desire it to. So sometimes there's just learning lessons and things we do and grow and get better at. So yeah, we got the ticket. We went. Oh my God, it was such a freaking magical time there. And I think it was like the day before we were coming back home. There's this, I think it's called a rope challenge. I'm not sure what it's called, but there was this activity. There's a lot of activities to do there. It's a healing space, and you're gonna go up the ladder and walk up the tree branch to the other side. And here's the thing: when you're doing something like that, you don't know how you're gonna respond, how your body's gonna respond, what's gonna show up when you're getting up there. So I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how I'm gonna be showing up, but I'm gonna be doing this. And honestly, I used to have videos of this experience that I did, but a while back when I was clearing energetic space, something in me was like, delete it, let it go, because I wanted new experiences to come in. So I did. I saved like 2 photos, which I shared in the post if you haven't seen. But yeah, I did have the videos, but I'm planning on going back and redoing it to see how it goes this time. So I'll take videos and share that later. But yeah, so we did the rope challenge. So it was my turn and I got to walk. Getting up there was, I don't think it was like a big of an issue. It was I was fine as I was getting up there. I got up there, I start taking like a step or two, I start freaking out. I was so scared, so freaking scared of like, oh my God, what if I fall, right? And this is just helping us see how we show up in our lives on a daily basis. Like, how do you show up when you're doing something, right? And so I was up there and I was just like so afraid to get to the other side. And in that moment, I stood there and I was like, I made an energetic decision, which I talk about energetic decisions and deciding and standing behind it. But there was a moment where I had walked and I just stood there. I couldn't go anymore. I was like, oh my God, this is terrifying. And the thing is, if you fall, there's someone there to catch you. You're not like gonna fall and get hurt or something's gonna happen, right? But these are things that are happening internally. So as you bring these things to the surface, and you're like, oh, I see how I'm showing up, how I've been doing certain things, and why certain things may not be occurring. Or, you know what? Damn, like, yes, I was scared, but I kept going. And that's the thing, too, with manifestations. you want to keep going. Or sometimes when we're breaking out of our comfort zone and we're allowing ourselves to receive certain things that might be out of our normal, stuff is going to come up. And this is again why it's great to have spaces where we clear that out and you have me there guiding you to stop letting these things get in the way, because then you're going to go back into hiding and keep your desires at a distance again, right? We want to normalize these desires, and then a new level will pop up, and then we'll normalize those. So we want to just pay attention to that. But yeah, I got up there, and in that moment, as I was standing there, I made the energetic decision. I was like, I'm getting to the other side. I was like, I don't give a F what unfolds. I'm getting to the other side. So in that moment, that decision clicked. It was energetic. I started walking and got all the way to the other freaking side. Oh my God. The views, the everything, just in that moment, everything shifted. And oh my God, I was so proud of myself. I still remember that moment. It was just so vivid, being up there, just watching all the views and everything, all the magic and beauty that was around me. It was such a beautiful freaking experience. And that's my story around how I manifested this beautiful, amazing trip and got to go there for $400, and again, worth thousands. And I want to share with you to stop closing yourself off to possibilities and opportunities and how things can happen for you. Like, really get clear on the desire you want and stop focusing on, oh my God, this is not possible for me, closing yourself off, immediately, like, I don't know, talking ish about the possibility of having it. That's another thing I see, like, online, when we haven't done the inner healing work. We can go into situations where people are sharing something and immediately get triggered and be like, and I just see a lot of comments on Instagram that are so negative over people having things that maybe you desire, internally you desire, but you have beliefs that make you believe you can't have it. I just see a lot of like posts on Instagram and comments of people talking shit about other people have. Like, why is that? You want to really look at why that's affecting you so much. Like, why someone else living their best life and having their desires is triggering you so much, to the point where you have to go in there and talk all this ish and leave all these negative comments. Like, I don't understand that, right? Even if I sometimes go into a situation and have a negative thought, or like, I'm like, oh, that's interesting that I think that. And then I look at it and I break it down. I'm not going to go in there and like talk shit to someone for having something that I desire. It's just like, I don't see the point for that. And actually that keeps your desires at a distance, because that's showing me what's happening in your subconscious. And why would something come to you if you're just like being rude and dismissive and talking all this ish around it? So don't do that. And if you see yourself doing that, catch yourself and say, that's interesting. Why do I feel this way? Is this something I desire, but I feel like I can't have it, so I'm creating all this drama and talking shit to someone else for them having it? So we want to clear these things out so we can allow ourselves to be a channel, really, to receive the things that we desire into our lives. Good energy. Bring the energy back to yourself. Say hi if you're on here, and so I know you're here. So, okay, so that's that. That's the story of how I manifested this trip. If you caught this late, definitely go back and watch all the way from the beginning. You don't want to miss all the goodies that I shared here. But now we're going to do a quick breathwork practice before I head out to plant some manifestation seeds. One of my favorite things to do. So just get comfortable. And just come into the present moment. Bring your body here. This is a fresh moment, a fresh possibility. Take a deep breath in. Hold it all the way at the top. And really allow yourself to come here right now. Exhale, let it go. Take another deep breath in. Hold it all the way at the top. Bring in that manifestation, that desire you have for yourself. Allow it to take over. Exhale, let it go. Take one last deep breath in. Hold it all the way at the top. And exhale, let it go. So I want you to bring that goal, that desire that you have to your mind's eye and between your eyebrows and hold it there. And I just want you to visualize yourself already living this goal, this desire. Whether it's the new house, whether it's the travel, whether it's the new relationship, whatever it might be, I want you to visualize yourself in that life right now, living it. I'm going to give you a moment to do that. Now I want you to make this vision bigger, and I want you to stop playing small with yourself. I want you to stop pretending you don't want this and you don't want that, and I want you to stop pretending to be like this polite person who wants to keep their desires at a distance. I want you to go in there and make it as big as possible. Make it bigger. Bigger. Now I want you to allow this vision to take over your entire body and make it bigger. I feel you playing small, so I desire for you right now to go a little bigger. Now I want you to take a deep breath in, hold it all the way at the top, allowing that desire to light your body up. And I want you to bring everything to the surface that's holding this desire away from you. Allow everything that's meant to come up right now to come up. This no longer has to control you. This is not happening right now. Maybe this happened in the past. It's not here. Exhale, let it go. Take another deep breath in. Hold it all the way at the top. Anything that's been hiding, anything that's been stuck in our subconscious, that's been keeping our desires at a distance, we're asking you to reveal yourself, and we're ready to release you. Exhale, let it go. One last deep breath in, hold it all the way at the top. Thank you for attempting to keep me safe. But I'm ready to go bigger. I'm ready to live my desired reality. I'm ready to manifest it all. And I deserve it. I'm worthy of it. I'm enough for it. And this is now mine. Exhale, let it go. Now I want you to tune into your body and see how this feels. See how this desire feels for you. Does it feel normalized? Does it feel good? Or is it still feeling a little achy and tense? If it is, that's okay. You can continue doing this. That's just showing you there is more clearing that is asking to be done so this desire can show up for you, and that's okay. So take one last deep breath in, hold it all the way at the top. Shake your body around, allow that energy to move through, come into the present moment, smile, shake it out, shake it out. Exhale, let it go. Start wiggling your fingers, start wiggling your toes. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and join me back. And if you're here live and want to share your experience, drop it with me in the comments. If you're catching the replay, drop it in the comments, or send me a DM. I would love to hear how this went for you. Again, I'm hosting a full moon breathwork circle next week. This is different. We go deep into this. And trust me, breathwork takes years off of your life. Okay, this is how I've healed years of trauma and things that were really weighing heavy on my soul, and got to reconnect with myself, because there was a time my energy was off. I was disconnected from myself, and this work has saved my life, and I just want to share it with everyone and have it reach everyone, because I know how beneficial it is. And just talking our stuff out isn't what's going to help us heal it. It's also us feeling it and releasing it from our bodies. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here. Definitely share this live if you found it helpful. Share it with a friend. Tag them in the comments. Let them know so they can come watch it, so we can get this work out there. And it really helps me and supports me. So if you want to work with me one-on-one, I have spots open for April, so get in there, apply. All the links are in my bio for everything. Again, if you have questions you want to share privately, get into my DMs, send me an email. I love emails. It's easy for me when I'm not on Instagram. Sometimes I don't want to be on Instagram and I want to be disconnected and out in the world. And I love emails because it's like I can just put on my subliminals, I can put on my music, I'm having my moment. And speaking of email, if you're not on my email list, get in there. I love interacting with you through email. So yeah, if there's no questions, there's no other shares, I may be back next month to do another one of these. Let me know if you have any questions or anything you would like for me to touch on. And I will talk to you soon. Bye. Sending you so much love.